Most people remember Francis as the wild, rebellious brother, but they completely miss how insane his character development actually is. This is Moistical, and today we are diving into why Francis might have the best sitcom arc ever. In the first episode of Malcom in the Middle, we can see Francis get sent to military school for lighting his parents' car on fire after getting drunk. This was eventually the last straw for the Wilkerson family, and they would later send Francis to military school. Francis would take military school very well, and he would not change one bit. Military school did not change him at all, and most of the time, he would either be goofing off or causing trouble, as Sammy did in high school. Francis was basically the family's biggest disaster. He was reckless, disobedient, and constantly got sent away. And this was the last straw.
Candyman, hey, Candyman, you can take the sunrise, sprinkle it with dew.
Now, what you just seen was an accurate representation of what Francis did at military school, and as you can tell, it was not very productive, and this was just on the daily. They did this all the time. They did stuff like this, and Francis was never really taught any discipline like he should have. Francis would later get tired of military school and get emancipated, so he didn't have to attend military school anymore. And the scene you're about to see is Francis returning home after getting emancipated and quitting military school. So as you can tell, Francis's family was not very happy about him quitting military school and getting emancipated. And because of this, Francis would actually go to Alaska to go work a job his friend told him about that paid $35 an hour. It takes Francis many months to get to Alaska with hitchhiking and getting the ways he can, and he makes some questionable decisions on the way up there.
99, or do I take the 27 to Provincial Highway 12?
What? Where are you?
I'm close to British Columbia. I'm in Bellingham, Washington.
Francis, you're still 2,000 miles away.
What? No way, I gotta be near Alaska. I just exchanged all my money for Alaskan dollars.
There's no such thing as Alaskan dollars.
So Francis would actually end up making it to Alaska, and he would just be doing random jobs, and it was not what he thought it was going to be. He thought it would be a breeze. He had never really done hard work before, and he just could not stand the cold, how he was treated, nothing. He just couldn't handle it. And now, this is not unlike Francis to do, but this is also the start of where his character arc would really start to thrive. And in Alaska, Francis would actually meet a woman named Piyama, who he would end up actually marrying after only about 20 minutes of meeting her. So Francis and Piyama decide to leave Alaska to go fulfill their dreams and start a family somewhere, where their car would end up breaking down at a gas station, and they would meet a man named Otto, who would actually give Francis a job working at a ranch. Although Francis has no experience working on a ranch and even admits it a couple of times throughout the season, he actually catches on very fast and grows very close to the owner, Otto. And Otto is a very outspoken man and does not, he doesn't really like to get people in trouble. He's not a very good business owner, but he likes Francis and he keeps him for a while, and Francis really does a very good job working on this ranch. And in many episodes in this season, you can actually see Francis take a lot of forms of responsibility and adultism. And because of this is what kind of gives us that character arc and really shows him that he really has matured since the days in high school. Francis's brothers also tell him multiple times throughout a couple of episodes that he's acting just like how Mom does. Towards the end of the show, Francis and Piyama will actually move to an apartment not too far away from the Wilkerson's house. And this is when it really shows signs of Francis' maturity. Although he did quit his job, he did find a place for his family to live, and this is where his character arc really starts to thrive. And this is where, towards the last couple episodes of the season, that he really starts maturing. And it's at this point in the show when you start to realize that Francis is actually really taking a turn in life, and he went from the kid who got sent to military school at 19 to a grown man with a wife and a place to live now. And in the last episode of the show, we can see Hal pick up an employee card of Francis's that he didn't want to tell his mom or his dad because they figured they wouldn't let it go. So now we know that Francis actually has had a job for 2 months, and that's where he's been paying off the apartment. And this is why I think he has the greatest character arc in all of sitcom history, is because he turned his life around from being a, high schooler who was drinking, lighting cars on fire, and doing drugs and stuff, to now being a adult with a job and a house to live and a wife. And in the very last moments of this TV show, we can see Francis on the phone with his mom arguing and going to work after kissing his wife Piyama.
Home at 5.
In narration, Francis started off as the most chaotic, untrustworthy character and somehow became the most put together. That's why I think Francis has had one of the most underrated character arcs in TV sitcom history. If you like this video, hit subscribe. This is Moistical, and stay moist, my boys.